When Patsy Walker was a child, her mother, Dorothy, acted as her agent, trying to turn her into a model. Patsy hated that exposure, so Dorothy went to Plan B. She created a comic book named after her daughter and featuring the romantic adventures of her and her real-life friends. The comic was very popular. Patsy felt very uncomfortable about her mother's exploitation of her self-image. Patsy idolized heroes. She falls platonically in love with Reed Richards. After high school, she married her childhood friend Robert Baxter. By fate, she met the Beast, discovering his secret identity. He promised her that if she kept his secret, he would help her become a hero. When Patsy separated from Baxter, she sought out Beast to remind him of their promise. For a time, she accompanied the Avengers. On one of these adventures, she discovered the costume worn by Greer Nelson, the original Cat. Patsy was persuaded by Moondragon to go to Titan and undergo intense training. Through various organic devices and extensive training, Patsy increased her psionic potential and athletic abilities. Upon returning to Earth, she joins the Defenders. There she meets Damien Hellstorm, son of Satan. She falls madly in love with him, giving up her heroine career and planning her wedding. Her ex-husband crashes their wedding, disguised as Mad Dog. Hellstorm subdued Mad Dog and they were able to celebrate the wedding successfully. They then moved to San Francisco, where they established themselves as occult investigators. Years later, her husband's dark soul reasserted itself and Patsy went crazy when she saw it. With the help of Deathurge, she commits suicide. During her stay in Hell, her tough personality leads her to confront the Hell Lords, giving them derogatory nicknames, such as Miffy to Mephisto. Time later, the Thunderbolts descend into Hell to rescue Mockingbird. They are tricked and take Patsy with them. Once out of Hell, Hellcat says that she knows that no one really escapes Hell, and that Mephisto will get her back at some point. The mistreatment of her mother and her 2 failed marriages, added to her passage through Hell, generated in her a constant need for adventures to avoid falling into depression. We can observe in the character a need to have close family connections. Her internal pains make Patsy impossible to scare or intimidate. Powers and abilities. She has steel claws on her fingers and toes. Hellcat is an agile and fierce fighter. She possesses several mystical tricks that she learned in Hell, such as ability to dodge magic spells and resistance to mind control. She can sense magic and find dimensional wormholes. Patsy calls them cat flaps or cat doors. These allow her to move from one dimension to another. For a brief time, Patsy owned the Hellcatmobile. Maybe because of these kinds of things she went to Hell. Patsy is a great writer. She published a book about her friend Firestar's battle with breast cancer. She worked alongside She-Hulk at her law firm. The two managed to prove Captain America's innocence in a wrongful death lawsuit. She wore a reverse black suit. She soon returned to using her mainly yellow appearance.